This is how we are going to write the chemical formula. Okay, for writing the chemical formula you need to know two things. One is the symbol and the other one is the valency. Right, now I've taken an example over here, calcium nitrate. This is what we have to make. So knowing the symbol and the valency, the symbol of calcium is Ca, the valency is 2. The symbol of nitrate is NO3 and the valency is 1. This you need to remember. For writing the formula there are certain steps. In first step you are going to write down the symbol of the two things that has been given to you in the question. Then you are going to write in the second step the valencies as the superscript. Superscript means what we are writing above, that is known as the superscript. So calcium with the valency and nitrate with the valency. In the third step these valencies are crisscrossed and they are brought down in the form of the subscript. So the valency of calcium is brought down with nitrate as the subscript and the valency of nitrate is brought down here along with calcium as the subscript. Right, so the formula is going to become Ca1, this one is the valency of NO3 which has come here, NO3 2, this 2 is the valency of calcium that has come down here. Now we need to put NO3 inside the bracket, otherwise this is going to become NO32. Right, if we don't have the bracket it is going to be written as NO32, which is wrong. Right, it is not NO32, this is wrong, so it has to be put inside the bracket with 2. 1 we don't write because the symbol itself proves 1. Symbol means 1 atom, so 1 we don't write and the formula becomes CaNO3 whole twice. Another example, magnesium oxide. First we are going to write down the symbol. Magnesium is Mg and oxide is oxygen, O. First step. In the second step we are going to write down the valency. Of magnesium is 2, of oxygen is also 2. Right, now since these valencies can be brought down to the least multiples, we are going to cut them and bring them down to their least multiples. So 2 ones are 2 and 2 ones are 2. After you have done this, then you are going to crisscross the valencies. Magnesium's valency is going to be written with oxygen and oxygen's valency is going to be written with magnesium. So this should become Mg1 and O1. Just now I told you the symbol means 1 atom, so 1 we don't write. So we are not going to write 1 and the valency of, formula of magnesium is going to become MgO. Right, let's take another one. Suppose say calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide, calcium symbol is Ca, valency I told you just now is 2, written as superscript. Hydroxide is OH, the valency is 1. Now these cannot be brought down to their least multiples. You cannot cut them down, so we are not going to cut them down. We are directly going to crisscross them. This comes here and this goes there. So Ca1 we are not going to write. OH2 comes there. Just now I told you this radical has to be put inside the bracket, otherwise the formula becomes wrong. So we are going to write it as CaOH whole twice. If we are not writing this, it means calcium 1 atom, oxygen 1 atom and hydrogen 2 atoms. But after we have put that in the bracket, calcium 1 atom and OH 2 atoms. So this bracket is very, very important. Another example let's take. Sodium carbonate. You will have to learn, boys, the symbol and the valencies, please. Sodium is Na, the valency is 1. Carbonate is CO3, the valency is 2. Okay, again we cannot cut them down to the least multiple, so we are just going to crisscross them. Na, this comes here, so 2, CO3, this goes down here, 1 we are not going to write, so the formula becomes Na2CO3 for sodium carbonate. Right, if I take another example, let's say potassium sulfate. Okay, potassium is K, valency is 1. Sulfate is SO4, valency is 2. 2 comes down here, 1 goes there. We cannot cut these two down to the least multiple, so directly we are going to crisscross them. Formula becomes 2 comes there, so K2 SO4. This one will be brought down, but we are not going to write it, so the formula becomes K2SO4. Let's take another example. Aluminium sulfate. Okay, aluminium is Al, valency is 3. Sulfate is SO4, valency is 2. You cannot cut them down, so directly we are going to crisscross them. Al, this 2 comes down here, so 2 is written here. This 3 has to go down there. SO4, 3. If you leave it like this, your formula becomes wrong, because now it means aluminium 2 atoms, sulfur 1 atoms, and oxygen 43 atoms, which is not the case. SO4 is a radical, it cannot be separated, right? So whenever there is a valency that we bring down over here, the radical has to be put inside a bracket. So your formula is going to be Al2SO4 whole thrice, not Al2SO43. Getting that, everybody? Right? If I take another example of aluminium only, aluminium, let's say hydroxide. Al is 3, hydroxide OH is 1. Fine, this 1 goes here, this 3 goes there. So your formula becomes Al1, we are not going to write, OH radical, so this will go inside the bracket, and outside 3.